from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Detroit Lions.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
On the visitor's sideline, Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Dolphins. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. He brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play action here on first down.
That's to the tight end, Wiley.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Dolphins,
the play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Down and 3 yards to go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to have the Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 30.
Detroit Lions, first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 14. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now
they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd and 11.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
A gain of 8 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
The Dolphins Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up fourth.
On fourth down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
Bates' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Dolphins now getting set for their initial possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for H.M. 15 carries, 61 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Riley now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there, call it the 26. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Maybe hits it in stride. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The Lions at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw again. And this one's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Well, the Dolphins offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It leads to second
They'll send Waddle in motion left. They'll get that out wide to Waddle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Number 17, Jalen Waddle. A 2-yard pickup makes it.
They'll look to throw again. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This second and 4.
Complete to Grant Calcaterra. It's a pickup of 6.
Running right, here's Achane. About 3 yards there to the 27. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. They'll go. Achane. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Of 24 yards. That's another Dolphins.
And they'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins had 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Lions 3.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shots on the old bandwagon because this team is rebounding.
Incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Room past the 35. And finally, down at the 41-yard line.
And the Lions, first down. First and 10 at the
Back to throw now on first down.
Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Off the RPO, he completes it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking on, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
2nd and 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Going after it right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 39-yard line.
That will toss right side. H.M. with it.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
6 yards.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 8.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The second down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Number 0. It's a gain of 7.
They'll try and sneak it here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Miami set to take over.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
On 1st down, back to Achane.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Run straight ahead with Achane.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
It's a gain of 10. And the Dolphin first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
But we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now back to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they're not to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over.
The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
The second down.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now we're signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
At the 14-yard
Second and 6. And that is incomplete. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Bates' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. So a tight one so far. 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
That's good for a Dolphins.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. That time he took a little bit of a shot off the run-pass option.
But you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to draw the defenders closer to the line of scrimmage with the fake inside. And when he stepped back, he thought he might have had that. Instead, they played it awfully well. Incomplete pass downfield. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, Parker, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no run here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
That's a play that likely to be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
They'll look to throw. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught by Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
A gain of 14. 1st down.
Here's a toss left for Achane.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 13. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A gain of 2.
In motion, the tight end.
And 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22.
It's 4th down.
Here's Chad Riley now on for the field goal.
And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back with a 4.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's good. For our Lions. 1st down.
sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll drop to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back.
Back at the 20-yard
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A gain of 4.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
At the 48-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there.
Brings up
Second and a couple.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
2nd and 6.
At the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw here. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On second down, they'll run it here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. And the drive starts with a run from Achan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Man, he hits him in stride. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it with Achan. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw here. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3, but I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied. But, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing. And
he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here on a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 22-24. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. In motion goes the tight end. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here's 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
Now back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Right back to him on first down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 3rd and 7.
They'll drop the throw. That is caught. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely builds more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
10 yards. And the Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A give, running right, H-in.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 11.
And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.